Hello comrades, yes, and this is part 2. Remember, I'm talking about tree planting, the Welsh Government, the size of Wales charity, and I'm now doing a comparison between British Empire and how that's bad. However, part 1 I cover ongoing interference by the Welsh Government and charities into Uganda social infrastructure and society norms. In other words, a meddling in communities on the back of something called trees. Far more than trees, it's trees and gender. Right then, so let me carry on with looking at this document here. And as I go through the document, as I've said before, you'll be able to find it because the actual link for me feeding me information is on there. You can look at the document. Now, one of the things what the British Empire did really badly or really well, depending on you, that's how you look at things, is they introduced some sort of judiciary or legislation system. Now, of course, no one wants laws imposing on them, do they? And that was considered to be bad. However, as I look through the document, what do I find? Blue arrow. Advocacy. Right. The tree people should advocate for the enactment of a bylaw. So the West are now telling non-Western people you should have some laws. So what's that about? Well, it goes on to say, in all the districts of the Mount Elgon, preventing people from harvesting medicines without the consent of the tree plantation owner. Right then, this is really odd, you see. So in my mind, what this means is, if I live there, I think, well, I've got a headache, I've got something else, I've got toothache, or just like living in Wales, I can't get access to the services of anything like that. So I'd walk into the hills, this is what this is saying, and I'd say, oh, I know that plant there is good for me, I'll get this bit off this tree, I'll get this bit off this tree. I mean, what do? Strip it bare? And this says that they can't do it without consent of the tree planting. Well, so they can do it before, but now they could do it. And maybe the trees actually belong to everybody, and it's part of what they've always done as part of their social structure. And it's been like that, give or take. You do this and we do that. And for all we know, those picking off whatever they do, that might add to the environment. Is it for us or the Welsh? Is it for them? Not me. Good Lord. Is it for the Welsh Government via this charity to impose legislation on a country which has nothing to do with us? Of course it's not. That's the worst thing I would say. Some people would say the British Empire is guilty of, or maybe not. But you would think we'd not do it today. But this says they are doing it. It then goes on to say, this should go hand in hand with, I don't really get what that means, sensitisation on sustainable harvesting of herbal medicine. Now, I read that as to mean they want to monetise this herbal medicine. So somewhere in the background, and hands up, I'm only guessing, my opinion, there'll be a pharmaceutical company saying, oh, we could do that and we could make loads of money off it, and then we could sell it to the actual same communities. This bylaw stops. You couldn't believe it. And that's all Western ideology, isn't it? That's a Western ideal. The Ugandans might think we can't be bothered with enough going on as it is. We're having trouble just putting food on the table. But no, don't get any better though, because now, as you can see here, further, the charity should engage the factories in making energy boost drinks to establish devised way of mitigating cutting down trees for firewood. Well, why should they? It's there, it's cheap, it's available. Maybe they have a system in place that just manages itself. I mean, I don't know, but is that for us to tell them to do that? I'd have said no. It just smacks of the British Empire. So at this point, is the Welsh wanting its own empire? Because that's what it seems like to me, based on the face of what I'm looking at here. It doesn't get any better though, because as I then look at all of this, it then comes back again to gender. Specific gender this time, project. From 2022-2023, and it says here, the project goal, and this is in the tree planting evaluation. Remember that. The project goal was to increase gender equality in Uganda regarding climate change action and natural resource management. I don't get the link. Gender equality, well, is that for us to say what's equal or not isn't equal? That's interference in another society. But what's the link between that climate change action? Is it only men who do it, only women do it? I don't get it. I literally can't get it in my head. And then natural resource management. Well, women can do anything men can do and vice versa. If you want to do it, you'll do it. If you don't want to do it, you won't do it. So I don't really get any of that. I don't get it. All it tells me is this is their hidden agenda once again. Interference in Uganda. Yet the British Empire is bad, but for some reason, this to me smacks of exactly the same, but we should applaud it. I can't get my head around it. Does it stop there? Well, no, because now we're going on to the gender thing again. And it goes on to say, women's rights and gender equality were the heart of the project. Right, okay. And it says it focused on the women, men, girls, boys involved in tree planting. Well, if they want to do it, they want to do it. If they don't want to do it, they don't do it. Is it for us to say? I don't get that. And it goes on to say by the end of the project, 15 nurseries were women-led. I don't know. What was it before? I don't know. Maybe the women had other stuff to do. Maybe everybody was happy with what was going on. And then it goes on here, increase women's, youth and girls' confidence in their abilities. So what are they saying? That the women and the girls and everybody else are just useless, they can't do anything, there's no get up and go? Literally, that is what this is saying. I don't get it. Then as I go through this document again, I then come out of there, I don't know where this is, and this actually I had to look it up. Blue arrow, and it's B. Diversify livelihood interventions to how to enhance households' engagement in tree growing, such as livestock for zero grazing. I had to look. So this is us now 100% imposing Western values on somewhere else, but we've been told it's bad. Livestock management system, zero grazing. A livestock management system where animals, often dairy cows, are kept in a confined area. Oh, so I'm guessing these cows would go all over the place, do whatever they want to do, have a poo somewhere, have a pee somewhere, and this might fertilise a wide range of the habitat, which I would have thought would have been good, but no, not according to this. We have to confine them and then feed them with fresh fodder that is cut and brought to them daily. Well, I thought, oh, why are we telling them to do that? They don't do it naturally, so it's not natural for them as a society to do it. I mean, this is clearly interference on such a scheme, and this is a problem I always have. So again, think about British Empire, bad. If someone said, if I'd said, oh, you need to do that, I'd be, oh, you're a bad person. Does it get any better? Well, of course it don't get any better. Because it then goes on again, we've got the women's empowerment, participation and empowerment, and it says ensure the meaningful involvement of women in community management and decision making process. Well, according to that then, the women are just like, oh, I don't know what to do. Well, I don't believe any of that. I can't go out there and verify it myself, and this is like one of these things, it's very distant, but do I trust them? No. Luckily, I have something like the magic of the internet, so I did a little bit of a research, and as you can see here, 2018 MasterCard Index of Women's Entrepreneurship released last week that showed that 1 in 3 businesses are in the country of Ghana and Uganda and the rest of it belong to women. Huh. Right, there you go. And it says, has shown that Uganda is one of the most entrepreneurial countries in the world. So it should come as little surprise that our women are top of that list. I've used my own words there. Well, so this has been 2018, and the document I've just referred to was about 2023. So well on. So let me now get something a little bit more up to date. I remember the Welsh government and the size of Wales are saying that women are no good in Uganda. I'm doing a summary there, but that's what they've said, and they need help and they need assistance. Well, according to this in the MasterCard, no. I then found this report, let's bring it up to date. And it says, and this is from the World Economic Forum, which I don't really like, but hey, it's information, isn't it? Gender Gap Index 2023. And it goes on, the sort of catchline there is that 40% the share of women among all formal and informal business owners in Uganda is the highest globally. Right, well in that case I'm sort of taking it that the women in Uganda are doing okay and they're quite happy with what's going on. Or maybe that's just their social norm. So literally, what is the aim of what we're paying £4 million for? Possibly more. Apart from following the bad example of the British Empire by interfering in countries by implementing legislation which will damage people and stop people accessing free medicine, maybe putting monetary value on everything, getting the livestock and putting the livestock into cages, I don't know why, and making the big assumption that women need help. That's just a Western ideal, is that? But here we are imposing it on a country which might not want it. Right, comrades, yeah, to be honest, I'm a bit mind blown by all of this because I thought I was just talking about trees. Clearly not. Right, that's the end of part 2. As I say, the link will be there so you can have a look at the FOI just to make sure that you don't think I'm lying or trying to mislead you. Because today is a tricky day, isn't it, on the world of social media. Please subscribe and, well, as I say, Friday here, enjoy your weekend, catch you on the other side, thank you.